Charlene Gracie, and she will ask us your questions live to us on air, or wait until you see Michelle join that live stream on QVC.com and she'll answer your questions. Okay, but right now, Michelle stays with us for the ATLeisure set of 2 14-inch diameter Illusions resin planters. They are called Illusion because they look so much like stone or cement or terracotta without the weight.
Exactly. That's exactly it. And they're nice neutral colors too, which are, it's really going to showcase your plants.
Now, we talk about this being resin. It is a beautiful resin, very different than the plastic planters you might see at the big box store.
It really is. There's no paint applied to these, by the way. This is a powder cured material that goes inside the actual material, so that nothing's going to chip off. Heat finished as well, so it stands through all weather temperatures. It's
nice.
Durable, but it's lightweight. They're really nice.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. So you get a set of 2. They were $55. We've dropped the price for this show down to under $40 on Easy Pay. You get them. Oh, no, it's not under $40, under $33, excuse me.
Wow.
So from $55 to 3 easy payments of $11. They are now, oh my gosh, $16.50 a piece for these.
And I love that you get 2. You can't always find sets. You're always going to need 2. It's not a separate purchase.
They're substantial without being too heavy.
They're about 2.5 pounds, but they are substantial. They're not that lightweight plastic. They're not that heavy 16 to 30 pound ceramic. And they're
perfect.
Beautiful. They're the perfect size.
This is the white.
Any decor as well.
Yeah. So I'll take you through the color. They're really beautiful. So this is the white, and it really looks like white stone.
It really does.
It even actually feels, now it's lighter than stone would be, but it actually has a texture that it feels like stone. Look at that.
I'm such a fan of the white
now. Now, this is cool. This is the black. The black has that look of like iron. They look at this. It looks so good.
And again, there's no paint applied here. It's a powder
So the color goes all the way through.
Material that goes in with that resin.
Next is the gray.
This is the gray. Isn't that pretty? That looks it looks like stone. That looks like this weighs 30 pounds.
These are lovely. And
they'll all look a little different.
Yeah, and then we have the terracotta. It looks exactly like terracotta.
It really does. I mean, you could really just come in close and you could see. Look at that. It truly does. But it's not breakable. You can keep this out in extreme temperatures. It doesn't fade. And, you know, they're nice and deep, too. About, you know, just under a foot tall, about 14-inch diameter. So you can just plant a lot in there if you want. Several plants, your herbs, your vegetables, or even your faux plants.
You know, for me, 14 inches is really the sweet spot, because if I wanted to put like the Cottage Farms rose tree or a hydrangea, maybe some of the smaller scale hydrangeas from Roberta's, I could totally do that. But if I just wanted to do geraniums and the whole thriller, spiller, filler, like you can. Small plants don't look too small. Big plants it's still the right scale.
You could plant several in there. Like you could plant, I like to do 3 in a planter.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy. A little spiller, a couple other things right there. Or you could just plant, you know, I just planted some Diplodenia in a single planter. You could go with the single style. Put your herbs in there. Put your, and there you're saying it's not going to break like you saw the one on the left. Thank goodness.
And so it's from ATLeisure, which I guess we should have even talked a little bit more about. Why is that significant?
Well, ATLeisure is based out of Atlanta, Georgia, okay? They've been in business for many years, and they have great outdoor furniture. You may be at a resort where the umbrellas are there, or the furniture. Also, great innovation. This team has great innovators, so I love that we get these planters and something different from ATLeisure, you know, every year that we come here to QVC.
This is such a great price. So $55 was the QVC price for 2 planters done not in like a, you know, cheap plastic, done in a really beautiful resin. They look like stone or terracotta or even like cement, depending on which color you get. But now they are $16.50 a piece, which is, excuse me, a pretty wild price point. Here's your terracotta. Oh, excuse me, I love this one.
And there is drainage in the bottom, by the way. There's a tiny little plug at the bottom. You're just gonna pull this out right here. I just did it, and this one back here. And then I like this too, Sandra. There's little channels on each side. So even if it sits on a flat surface, let me show you there. Even if it sits on a flat surface, you're still gonna have water drainage that comes out of here. It's not getting trapped underneath. It's awesome.
So that's the terracotta. Here's your gray. We've got the black. Oh wait, black is most popular. You know what I'm thinking? We did the plant stand for $19 that sold out in the black. And maybe you wanted to also pick up the Gamasonic in the black, then you get the black planters. You could have such a pretty look.
You really can. I love that we're coordinating things in the show. And I love that you get 2. Sandra, I'm always buying 2, but not as a set. It's separate purchases. This is 2 you're going to flank, you know, your front door, maybe on either sides of your patio. Having
actually,
2 is a nice thing.
There's the information on the plant stand. We still have the ivory available, which basically was like a white. There's 150 left in the white of that plant stand. Get the white planters. Gorgeous.
I know, I'm loving that. It's so bright. I mean, picture your beautiful pink and yellow and bright flowers in that. Terracotta is so pretty too. Looks truly, these are illusion. We call them illusion because they look ceramic. They look like terracotta. They look like stone, but they're not. They're 2.5 pounds each.
They don't
there
break.
You're seeing they're not going to break. They kind of expand a little bit, Sandra, in the winter, so it's not,
They don't
they're not
crack.
breaking if your soil, gets wet and freezes. It's not going to. That's happened to me before. It's not going to break the outside.
Well, it really is that perfect size. It's big enough at 14 inches for all of the big plants that we show
it's
you on
deep,
QVC, but not so big that it takes up your whole porch, or you couldn't just put smaller plants in them. Now, I will tell you, I think you could probably go to some, big box store and maybe find 2 planters for $32. I'm sure you could. But here's what I am also sure. They would not be this quality. They're going to look like plastic. This is beautiful. And you're getting them home at a wild price. We've taken over $20 off the price. They went from $55 to under $33 a piece. Terracotta and black are the most popular right now. Oh, look how nice they look together.
Here,
I'm get 2 sets.
Here you go. If you got those together, it'd be great.
So pretty. So terracotta, black, your gray, and your white. Don't wait on those. They're going very quickly. Okay, so you're going to go get ready for other items in your show. Carolyn's going to stay on the